along. Why? Because we all love this country. That is the underlying band, the underlying rope that ties us all together because we love this country.
So Aaron, here's the thing, and so yesterday, I retweeted her whatever she said. There's only one God. I said I absolutely agree, and I got a lot of backlash for it. Now, the thing is that I just am of the belief that if a person seeks the Lord with a contrite and humble heart and really makes it their goal to, um, for their journey toward their Creator to really know Him and understand Him, they'll become a Christian anyway. So I mean, I know you obviously will disagree with me, but I truly believe that. And
Well,
so
that
she can, and
Jeremiah,
so,
right?
mm, and so she has her faith, it organizes her actions, you know, um, tells her to, do good to other people. You know what I'm saying? It's like a set of moral values that she practices, right? And so for somebody to run up and yell Christ is King that would just look like they make themselves look like a jerk, you know? But that's what this country is built on is religious freedom. So I had no problem with that, but certainly people had problems with what I had said, which is fine. Um, but then taking it a step forward in regards to JD Vance, you know, this is gosh, I don't know. Like I know a lot of people are in cognitive dissonance about this, and some people are just flat out pissed off, right? Well, I think once upon a time in 2015, Donald Trump ran for president, and a lot of people in this room hated him then. And this is really the only thing. And I'm not telling anybody to like him. Believe me, the misgivings with this guy, I don't, I think I think we can all agree that you know, people have very valid concerns, right? Various concerns. But that being said, I do stay hopeful that, Trump didn't, go down the same path he did with, the last time in terms of who he gave the tap to. So, but I understand the sort of the cognitive dissonance. I don't appreciate a lot of his stances, etc. But I mean, all I can say in regards to that is, raise your hand if you don't plan to vote for Donald Trump because of JD Vance. And if not, then I mean, I think Alpha Fox had kind of like at first time I read his post about it, I was just like, well, what's done is done, Alpha. Why say anything? But when I realized, no, because if there's this much of an outcry, you know, at least that will get to Vance, and he'll see again, the harm that he could potentially do if he doesn't really come out strongly and I'd say renounce the things that he has said, like unequivocally, and then explain where he was at. No excuses. I mean, really eat a lot of humble pie, I think would at least help. But I'm sure that, we've just been through so much in terms of, I think, especially the last 4 years, watching just the betrayal after the House Speaker vote, all sorts of things. Praise God that we have the SCOTUS, who, for all intent and purposes, been doing very, very good things for the country. But I think that, the thing that I resolve myself to is that again, no one's perfect. Every sinner has a past, every saint has a future, right? And I'm really trying to hold on to that, because at least I would hopefully people can look at me that way too, right? But this job is too important just to bury our heads in the sand. So maybe, maybe if more people like just made their, gave their conscientious objection that has concerns about Vance, I think that would go, the longest way possible. But then finally, in regards to Amber Rose, all right, so this is not a religious thing. This is really, what is conducive to what is positive. And so if a person is making their money off of porn, which we know ruins lives, we know it destroys marriages. It did, porn addiction is a very, very sad, rampant problem in this country. I think it doesn't celebrate what's best about this country in general, not just the party, but in general. We should be celebrating the best of ourselves. We should be celebrating regardless of race, creed, religion. etc. You know, all these things. We should be celebrating the best of ourselves. And I don't believe that slotting an OnlyFans model on primetime is the best of ourselves. So I'll leave it there. Thanks.
Good to know you'd cast out Mary Magdalene too.
That's false.
I didn't know, not at all. She's a saint.
You know what the great thing about Jesus Christ is that, you know, when you accept him in your heart, right? Not everybody changes all at once. And he
Yep.
has the forgiveness and he has the loyalty and he has the love to sit with you while you change yourself and you learn more about him. It is a process. And for anybody to come up here and sit there and be like, oh, she does OnlyFans, okay? Maybe by coming into the Republican Party and being introduced to Christian values for the first time, maybe coming into the Republican Party and realizing we're not all racist, and maybe she's been taught a different way and she was taught that things were okay when they weren't. So instead of banishing people, I think we all need to check ourselves and check our own salvation before we go casting stones at anybody else.
Okay, I did not banish her, Jennifer. That is not my intention at all. Jesus loves her
She
just as
brings a
much as she loves me.
demographic that nobody can touch.
Fair enough.
Absolutely
But
nobody.
Jennifer,
And
I
you're
did
sitting
not.
there saying because she's
No.
an OnlyFans model?
Okay, I'm saying what? Because I'm saying, is this the best slot? Is giving a prime time slot? Is
Oh,
this
okay.
the
So
best?
I'd rather the politician who's out there fucking 3 women while he's got a wife and kid at home representing the party. That's who I'd rather have than the OnlyFans model who's making her money.
I didn't say that.
Well, that's what we have. And you're saying that we should put the best and the brightest forward. I think we should start with the politicians, not somebody who's trying to find her way.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
the
mean,
good
that's a
news is
valid point, but I don't think it's not this or that. You know, it's not. I mean, it's not
No,
this or
it
that.
absolutely is.
You
Right?
know,
No, the majority of
I'm.
politicians on those stages are disgusting pigs, and we put up with it. But
And
meanwhile, this woman
am I? And
is
so,
going against an
do we
entire
admonish that?
an entire force. She's going against all of Hollywood, all of the music industry that y'all sit up here and say is satanic, that it abuses children. And now, when someone's breaking out of that and is brave enough and has the audacity enough to say, no, enough is enough, this way's better, you're going to sit there and say, go away. We don't
I
want
didn't
you.
say
You're an
that.
OnlyFans
No, I
model.
most
You
certainly
don't
didn't say that.
represent
You're
what we
putting
should
words,
be putting
Jennifer. You're
forward.
putting words in my mouth.
No, you
That
you
is
are
not what
acting
I
like the
said.
Pharisees. You're acting like the
Jennifer,
Pharisees in the
no.
Bible. How dare all of you?
Jennifer, nobody said that. Nobody said that at all.
Okay, yep, you're right.
You're
You're
totally
right. My
you're
ears
reading
mistake
she
me.
into
just
what
said
My
I'm
she
ears
doesn't
saying.
want her
mistake me.
highlighted.
My ears mistake me,
You
honey
are
badger.
reading into what I'm saying. And you're
Yeah,
applying
you're damn right I'm reading into what you're saying because you're
no,
representing
you're
a
wrong.
whole cohort of the
You're wrong.
Republican
Okay,
Party
so
right now.
here's the
I'm
thing. That's
wrong?
not what I said. That's not what
Okay.
I said. That is not what I said. Thank you. That is not what I said.
So
Absolutely what you
They
said.
put hold on. Hey, Vince, they put her on Monday night. It's not like she went on right before Trump. All right.
also, this is the thing, Honey Badger. I think the thing that you're missing is that it's about influence. She has this following, and she's starting to come around to the right things, you know. And so, this is to me, if there's a dining hall, right? Jesus went and sat with the sinners. He didn't say, "Oh, get away from me." He sat there and had the discussion and say there was a
Never
leader of.
once did I say that we should shun this
No,
young
no, no.
lady
I
in
know, but
any
you're saying he
way.
shouldn't have a main slot. But the thing
You know
is,
what? You maybe
she
not have
represents
said
the
it in that
culture.
many words, but we got your
That's
drift.
well, don't you're
I
not a
caught
mind
what you
reader
were
either,
Jen,
pitching.
Jennifer. I
I
didn't
Jen,
caught
say
what you
Jen,
were
that.
pitching.
Jen. I don't. That's the thing.
No,
I don't
Jennifer,
think.
you're not a
I
mind
think
reader,
you.
and you know what? No, I resent that because that's not the kind of heart that I
You
have.
said we should.
That is not the kind of heart
You
that I have,
went
Jennifer.
out of your way to bring up
I
OnlyFans.
didn't go out of. You came in late,
No,
didn't you?
I was
Did you hear
sitting
my?
here the
Okay,
whole
okay.
time, Honey Badger. You
So
just are
did you
backtracking
hear?
because you got
Did you?
called out.
No, and no. I don't. I knew someone was going to say that. By the way, Jennifer. So no.
There's a
What
new.
did I
It's this
start?
is a
Went out of
nuance.
your
What did
way
I
to
start
say
with?
she was an
Jennifer,
OnlyFans model.
Jennifer, what did I start with? I started with differing opinions in religion. Then I went to JD Vance. Then finally I tied it together with that. Now, you're making it sound like I came up here and clutched my pearls and screamed at this young lady. And that's not true. And you're putting words into my mouth. That is not what I said. So you can disagree with me all you want to, but do not assign hatred to my heart where it doesn't exist, because it doesn't exist there.
I'm
And
not
unless I was,
assigning
and
hatred,
unless
but
I
you're
was, and
assigning
unless I
hatred.
was praying for, and if I wasn't praying for people, for everybody, then it would be fair. But you don't know my heart. And so you're doing what you're accusing
You're
me
right.
of
I went
doing.
off of what you said.
You're doing what you're accusing me of doing.
Can I actually, sorry, because I actually think like this is actually like